Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen, breaking freaking news.
These facilities exist. Recently, we had on Timcast IRL
I like my head over here.
former congressional rep George Santos. And he said he could not disclose the things he had been briefed on or he had learned in classified
Be
settings.
whacked.
So Phil asked him a series of questions. Do you believe in aliens? He said, yes. The next question. Did you believe...
But do you believe in life after love? Do you believe in life after love?
even aliens before entering Congress? To which he said, no. The implication, of course, in Congress, this representative was briefed on information that led him to conclude aliens do exist. Now the question is, to what extent? Is it true that there is an Atlantis? That there is some faraway land, that we are trapped here on Earth, that aliens are interfering in human development? And more elements of the government are releasing information to convince us this is the case. Donald Trump has made his announcement. We are now getting hints at the next batch of UFO information, or UAP, as the government likes to say. I'm very interested to see what this is. We don't know for sure, but we do know the U.S. government has registered the domain aliens.gov and alien.gov. For what purpose? Again, we don't know.
To identify.
But you know what's interesting? Should this prove to be true, and others have corroborated the claim that the U.S. government has brought together pastors for the purpose of preparing their congregations for disclosure, should this prove to be true, it makes perfect sense. My friends, if you were the government and you wanted to disclose the existence of aliens, you would need to go to religious leaders and prepare them for what the implications of this disclosure would mean.
What does that mean?
How will people react to learn these entities exist? Many religious people view these entities as demons.
They're not demons, okay? The Watchers, who may be aliens, had sex with women. Those women had giants, the Nephilim, and when they died, those are the demons. They got nowhere to go. Aliens are not demons. Demons need bodies. Maybe they take your body. These things, these aliens, I think they're other beings. They're not demons. They could be fallen angels, which is like an overlord of demons, the daddies of demons, but they are not demons. Let's continue on.
Sometimes perhaps angels. But if they're reptilian the way this pastor described,
Whoa.
I think most people would just assume demon. Let's take a look. Before we get started, my friends, you gotta head over to timcast.com and click join now to get into the Discord community at timcast.com. Tens of thousands of individuals like-minded. It's not what you know, it is who you know. And with closure. That being said, let me play the video for you now.
This guy's always
I had
been
a friend that sent me a text message.
I had
I
a
was
friend.
in a meeting, a weekend meeting, preaching Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning. And he said, Perry, can you give me a call? I have some information that has come to my attention. Of course, when a friend of yours does that you know quite well, you have no idea what information they're talking about. And I'm not going to go into great detail, but there were a large number of pastors that had been invited to go to a certain state to hear some men in the United States government and others share with them a concern that they had. And this particular man, and I'll not name him, and then we may end up doing some teachings with him or having an event at his church. He has a great church. But he said, Perry, what they're about to release, from what we're hearing, there's going to be a release concerning aliens and concerning unidentified flying object spacecraft.
I want to know
that some of the people who were in the meeting were telling us as pastors.
I want to see a reptile.
You need to.
Hey, whoa. Inappropriate. Not appropriate.
I lead our program.
You need to prepare your people, and you need to get ready to answer them for what you're about to hear being released. And some of it has to do with crafts that have been discovered that are not allegedly a part of our planet, and the materials they're made of are not a part of our planet. Very strange reptilian-looking creatures, and other things that almost sound like something out of a sci-fi movie or an Orson Welles book.
You're goddamn right.
Very interesting. I will just say interesting indeed.
This guy's
now, I'm
out
going
of
to
a
tell you this.
sci-fi
I don't know
movie.
anything about planned
Give me
secret
that.
meetings with pastors.
I want to see it.
I did show you that one person claims to have
Look at
been
this
in this
guy.
meeting. I don't know why these people would choose to lie. And I'm not saying that they are not lying.
You're not
I'm saying I
knowing.
don't know for what reason.
How can
Maybe
you
they're going to
know?
make money off of it. Maybe it scares people. Maybe it generates views, videos like this, and they will get attention, perhaps. Or maybe it's true.
They're just good people.
What I can tell you is this. As already mentioned, many members of Congress have been on the show.
Just a little
And in every
angry.
instance,
Yeah,
the
everybody has a bad day.
insinuation is that
Everybody has a bad
aliens
day.
exist. Now, for the past several years, there have been, there has been, well, let me first say this, a conspiracy theory that the U.S. government is intentionally slow-dripping stories about alien presence. And the reason why? According to this theory,
Dude, this
if
one's
you were
badass.
to come out abruptly and tell the people of the world alien life exists, it is intelligent, it is beyond our comprehension, more powerful than any of us could imagine, technology we can't comprehend, you'd have a panic. It would be disruptive to many of the world's religions.
No, they would be
Many
mad.
religions would view these as dark entities, as demons or jinn, some kind of...
We're going to be pissed off that they've hidden all this technology from us, and they've kept it, and they've used it, and they've kept us in the dark while we pay taxes and have a right to all this anti-gravity and cool shit. It would make our day nice. I'd like to go to town on a hoverboard. I mean, get the fuck out of here. That's why people are going to be mad. Ain't going to be mad that there's fucking reptiles. Fucking, you know there's reptiles. God damn it. You ain't gonna be mad about that. You could be mad at the reptiles that's got the cool vehicles, and we're having to fucking run them down in a Ford fucking F-150. I mean, get the fuck out of here. That's what people are gonna be mad about. You could take that to the bank.